What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and today we're going to be talking about some Infinite Warfare. So, about a week ago, I asked you guys on Twitter what you were most curious about as far as Infinite Warfare went. So, the options you had were RIGS, score streaks, or explosives, and by far the winner was RIGS. 48% of you wanted to learn more about RIGS, so I thought I might as well do a video on it, and I think the RIGS in Infinite Warfare are really concerning, and might actually be the downfall of the game, more so than it even being a futuristic game. Now, I'm going to explain why, and of course, this isn't confirmed at all. The game is not out yet, no one's played the beta. There is just some sound logic going on behind the scenes of RIGS, but first, for you to understand that, you have to understand exactly how RIGS work. By the way, guys, if you want to be part of those polls, or you just want to know what's going on in my day-to-day life, the best way to do so is to check out my Twitter. There'll be a link down in the description, or you can just search at Inkslasher, and it should be the first thing that comes up. So what are RIGS? In the most basic sense, they're like specialist characters from Black Ops 3. In fact, there's 6 of them. You got Warfighter, who is like your mid-range assault kind of guy. You've got Striker, who is your tactical support. So the way I look at that, he's going to be a little bit more up close and personal and rely heavily on things like grenades and explosives and different types of equipment. Then you've got, of course, Phantom, who is your marksman character. Most snipers will probably be using this character. Then you've got FTL. FTL is a really interesting one. He's shotgun based, and he's kind of supposed to be sneaky at the same time, very fast maneuvering. Then you got yourself Synaptic, which is kind of like the Reaper of Black Ops 3, your robot guy. And then you got Merc. And then Merc is just kind of like this beefy, heavy weapon, LMG kind of guy. So these are your basic characters in the game. And then each character has 2 things, a payload and a trait. So a payload is, in the most basic sense, what we have in Black Ops 3. It's either a specialist weapon or an ability, something that charges up and then you are able to use it. This is the most common misconception with RIGS, is that they figure that the payload is a specialist weapon and then the trait is a specialist ability. No, that is not the case. The payload can be either a weapon or an ability, whereas your trait is passive. It's always active. So you still don't understand exactly what I'm getting at? Well, let's look at an example. So we look at Warfighter here. He's your like classic Call of Duty soldier, your mid-range assault rifle kind of guy. Now, his payloads are like specialist weapons and abilities in Black Ops 3. So they take time to charge up and then you can use them at one particular time. So his payloads include Claw, Combat Focus, and Overdrive. We can pretty much guess what Combat Focus and Overdrive are going to be because, well, they're in Black Ops 3. The Claw is a little bit different though. The Claw is a specialist weapon that kind of is a spread shot rapid fire shotgun that the bullets ricochet off of targets. It sounds really overpowered, but that's actually not what I'm worried about when it comes to RIGS. The reason why I'm not worried about the payloads is because they take time to charge up. So let's say the payload of the Claw is really ridiculously overpowered. It's possible that that's true, but they can make it so it takes 8 minutes to charge up, and then you can only get it once per game, and then all of a sudden this really overpowered thing is actually hard to get, and it's more like a score streak anyway. What I'm worried about is the traits. The traits scare the living hell out of me. So we of course do not know what all the traits are in the game yet, but the ones I've read are ridiculously overpowered. So traits are passive. They're always going to be working in the background to make you a better soldier. They're actually more like perks than they are specialist weapons or abilities. The first one I got for you as an example is Warfighter's first trait, that is ping. Now this actually was a perk. I believe it was back in Modern Warfare 3, and what this is when you get a kill or an assist on an enemy, a sonar will ping and it will reveal the enemy's location. So kind of like a mini UAV where that person died, and it will not only reveal it to you, but it will also reveal it to teammates. So this will be very good for game modes like search and destroy, because if you kill one person, you can all of a sudden see where another enemy is. Now this is just a really good perk. Now on top of that, not only does it reveal their location, but if a teammate goes and kills one, you actually get bonus points that will build towards your score streaks. So just this one trait is already really strong. So the part in my mind that makes this overpowered is that you don't need to charge it up. It's just always active. Unlike a specialist weapon or ability that takes like 4 minutes to charge up and then you can use it, this is just always active. So every time you get a kill or an assist, it's going to have a radar ping. In this situation, there's no point in using a perk like Ghost unless it also counters this perk or trait being ping. So just already I see it an opportunity for something to already be overpowered overpowered, and with every specialist character having multiple options for traits, I can see some of these being very, very unbalanced. So some other examples we've got here is one that Striker has is Trophy Drone, which basically just destroys any projectiles thrown at you, which completely negates using a perk like Flak Jacket. There's other ones where your health regenerates faster. So what this was actually a perk back in Call of Duty Ghosts called ICU, and basically it would regenerate it. But remember, these are not perks. They are not taking up a section of your pick 10 system. So what this is causing is many chances for just completely unbalanced traits. Now, I'm not going to go in depth and look at every single payload and look at every single trait, at least not in this video. Maybe if that's something you want to see, you can let me know down in the comments and we can look at that in the future. But the thing I'm getting at here is that there is a massive area for just completely unbalanced chaos because of these RIGS, and not because of the payloads. Like I said, the payloads can be balanced very easily by just changing the amount of time it takes to receive each payload. There is some pretty overpowered payloads if you ask me, but who knows, they might actually not be that good when you get into game. Like the bull charge, for example, you pull out a riot shield and just charge at people, and if you hit them, it kills them. But who knows, it may be super easy to get out of the way of that, or it may take a very long time for that to charge up. Whereas the traits, they don't take time to charge up. They're always going to be active. For example, you may be able to heal faster after you've taken damage. There's another option where you can power slide, so you can slide further. So coupling that with a shotgun, you can slide across the room and just one-shot someone with a shotgun. That's not very balanced either. So like I said, these traits do not take up a spot in your pick 10 system, nor do they take any time to charge up. They are always active, and there is huge opportunities just for complete unbalancedness. Now, is it possible that they could balance them properly? Absolutely, it's possible. I just think it's going to be very, very difficult. And we know the Call of Duty community, whenever they find something that's overpowered, people just abuse it to the max. And we've seen this before in games Modern Warfare 2, which is also made by Infinity Ward. There was a massive exploit with one-man army noob tubes. We've seen it before. So if there's any possible room for abuse with these traits or payloads, it will happen. It will happen instantly. And the more that they add in, which pretty much every specialist character has 3 traits, there is a large room for absolute massive abuse by their player base. So, I mean, it's only a matter of time. We're going to see very, very soon whether it's going to ruin the game or not, but I am worried. This is the one thing I would say that I'm more worried about than anything else. Because, for example, if grenades are overpowered, which a lot of people who've played the game said that they are, that's very, very easy for them to patch. All they got to do is just reduce the blast radius or reduce the damage on them. Whereas this is just a perk. You never really see perks patched, so I'm a little worried. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I really do think this is something that could very much so cause harm to the game, but let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Also, let me know, do you guys have any questions about Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered that I could answer in a future video? If you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave them down in the comment section, and I will try to answer them hopefully in a future video. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sure since this is an Infinite Warfare video, it'll get lots of hate, so if you enjoyed the video and you like what you saw, if you could hit that like button, it really does help out the channel. It kind of counteracts some of the haters, so that would be fantastic. Also, my Twitch, Twitter, and second channel are down in the description, so you can check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, peace out.